What's up, y'all? All right, Daily Go Getimism show on a late tip. Not late night, but late. We're a little bit late. But hey, um, things happen today. Life happens, and we got to deal with life as it comes. We can't always deal with it as we like it. You know what I'm saying? But it is life and it is love, and we are here, and so we're gonna talk about what we got to talk about tonight. So are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I am. I am. So Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Daily Go Getimism show. We do this every single day, 7 p.m. to 8 till around 8-ish. But tonight is 8-ish till around. Well, we ain't gonna be here a whole long time tonight. I must confess to y'all. Life moved a little bit fast today, and we have to deal with it in real time. But it is Throwback Thursday, and it is Let's Get About Relationships Thursday. So I want to talk to y'all about some real life relationships on this Thursday and this throwback thing that we are all a part of. Now, tonight we're talking about some reasons that men and women go against each other. Some reasons that men and women go against each other. Why? This ain't even the battle of the sexes, but what it is that our men and our women are not getting along the way that many of us think that they should be getting along. And I'm wondering why. Why does it seem to be getting worse? Why does the divide between men and women who come from men and women that came together, sometimes figuratively, sometimes literally came together in order to form the population that we speak about to this day? Why would men and women be at odds with each other? Why? What are we talking about? What are we doing here? What is the deal? Well, let's get into it. I mean, there's so with feminism, LGBTQ, just straight up. You know what? I'm going to put out I don't want to say culprits, but I'm going to put out some of the players that are involved in this. So I think feminism is involved with this. I think that the LGBTQ is involved with this. I think that single parenthood is involved with this. I think that divorce is involved in this. I think that multiple children by multiple parents is involved with this. I think that sexually transmitted diseases are involved with this. I think that love and marriage is involved with this, and I think that our inability to be able to relate to each other and communicate with each other on a positive level or on an even effective level is all involved in this. So what can we do? How did we get here? And do you feel the way that I feel? Because I really honestly and truly feel like men just don't have a lot of good things to say about women nowadays. I want to piggyback off of what me and Earth was talking about yesterday. And I never got a chance to get comfortable with the answer that he gave, and I never got a chance to really read any of the comments to see what y'all were thinking. And one of the questions that I asked last night that I'm really interested in hearing from y'all perspective is, when you hear men saying that women don't want nothing but thugs out here. First of all, I know for me that sounds juvenile. It does. It sounds like something that these young boys would say out here. That's what it sounds like to me. As you get older in your life, you become more and more conservative. That's what my dad used to always say. He said, Omar, as you get older, you start to become more conservative. Even if you follow the Democratic Party and you believe in the ideals that everybody should be able to be whoever they want and do whatever they want, you start to become more conservative, because as you accumulate things and as you start to gain ownership on the things that you have worked for, you want more laws, rules, and feelings to govern you being able to protect those things. That made sense to me. It did. That made sense to me. I think that is true. So I could understand these young cats believing in all of this free love, and it doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight, or it doesn't matter if you flip flop from one to the other, or go back and forth from one sexual orientation to another sexual orientation. I could understand how they could be conditioned to believe that that's okay, and maybe it is okay for a lot of people. But when we start talking about men saying that these women out here don't want nothing but thugs, they don't want nothing but a dude with his pants hanging down, smoke weed all the time, don't have no job, selling drugs on the corner, not going nowhere, being in and out of jail. When I hear men complain about that, saying that they don't want a good man, they don't want a good man, it makes me ask myself, well, what do you think a good man is? Because I think that individually, we probably all think that we are good. And it's okay for us to think that. But what do we have as any proof that we are good for somebody else? We know what the cookie cutter good is. When a man thinks that he's a good man, he probably means that he has a steady income, that he pays his bills, that he's willing to share, that he's probably not abusive, that he takes care of his responsibilities. That's probably what he means by being a good guy. Does that make him a desirable guy? And really and truly, does that even make him a good guy? I think that good is in the eye of the beholder, just like a purchase is in the eye of the money holder. Like, I buy what I want. I buy what I like. I buy what pleases me, or at least what I think is going to please me. That's what I buy. That's what I spend my money on. It's not going to be necessarily what's advertised or what everybody else has, or what somebody else has suggested that I buy. So when I don't know too many middle-aged women or women who really want anything out of life who want to be with a thug. Even when I hear the word thug, I'm thinking about 90s hip hop. That shit gets me to thinking about Nori. You know what I mean? Y'all know the rapper Nori? That's what that gets me to thinking about. What say you? What say y'all? But that's what it gets me to thinking about. It puts me in that type of perspective. I mean, what you mean? Women out here don't want nothing but a thug. They don't want no good dudes. Like, what? I never lost a woman in my life to no thug or no drug dealer, nothing like that. And of course, that could just be my story. But I know I wasn't alone. I know I'm not alone. So what we talking about? Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your side. And Shirley Cheryl says, there might have been a time when some women wanted a thug and some men wanted a bad or hood chick. Those times might be now, but what age frame are we talking about? Like from the time that you started having children. Because if y'all remember, last night I asked the question, have any of you ever had your house shot up? Have any of you ever had a gun flashed in your face? Have any of you ever had to duck gunshots where somebody was shooting at you? Because when those things happen, it changes your perspective on a whole lot of things. You know, when somebody is shooting at you, and especially if they hit you and you've been shot, your whole perspective about shooting, being shot, and all of that, it starts to change. You know, when it's not happening to you or when you haven't witnessed it, it's all theoretical. It seems exciting. It can even seem funny to some people. But when your life and your people's lives are put in danger that way, yeah, it makes it a little bit different. And that's what you're looking at. And that's what you're facing when you start talking about, I want a thug. because those are the kinds of situations that thugs bring to your house, to your home. Those are the kind of situations that they bring to your home. Your crib being shot up, your car being shot up, your kids being in danger, your family, your mom, your sisters, brothers, nieces and nephews, cousins, whoever is at your crib. It's hard to relax at a house that ain't a home because somebody's shooting at your home. Different. If you've ever had your house raided because either there was a suspicion of a fugitive being at your house, or because there was suspicion of drugs being at your house, or because there was suspicion of weapons or contraband being at your house. When those feds come, or those cops come, or the SWAT comes, and they either barricade your shit or they batter ram your shit, and they come in and they putting guns to the heads of anybody who's in the house, the men, the women, the children, the babies, it's real. It becomes extremely real. So when we talk about some reasons that men and women go against each other, if I was a woman, and I guess this is why I could not be a woman, do not want to be a woman, but if I was a woman and I was going to be mad at a man or with men, it ain't going to be, it's not going to be because you played with my heart. It's not going to be because I was jealous of another woman that you had your eye on. It's not going to be, I'm not going to go against men. If I was a woman, I'm not going to go against men because my feelings of possessiveness was shoved to the side and disregarded. If I'm going to be mad at a man, it's going to be because you put my goddamn life in jeopardy, son. Either by you putting your hands on me, or by you putting me in position to not be feeling safe in my home, not being safe on the bus, not being safe in my car, not being safe at my job. That is very real to me. And I guess that's why I couldn't be a woman. Because I'm supposed to be mad at Keisha and them. I'm supposed to be mad at Tamika and them. I'm supposed to be mad at Kia and them. I'm supposed to be mad at Rashida and them. I'm supposed to be mad at Tanya and them. I'm supposed to be mad at Rita and them. I'm supposed to be mad at Kenya and them. I'm supposed to be mad at sister to sister. I'm supposed to be mad at all them girls because they was my motherfucking niggas world and he was messing around with them instead of just me. And I couldn't see no other way for me to have no self-esteem. And I couldn't keep my nose clean and he could keep his dick clean. He was dirty than a motherfucker. Yo, I feel like a sucker because he chose her against. I'm a good woman. He's a good man. Not really, but from my standpoint, I would like to anoint myself the best out of the crop. Nigga, stop. So men are mad at women because they think that they want a thug instead of a good man. And they not even sure if they the good man. They think so. Because you got a little job, you a good man. Because you got a little car, you a good man. Because you own a little house, you a good man. Because you pay a few bills, that's a good man. Because you take care of kids, you a good man. Well, some of those things can make up a good man. But you have to kind of put all of those things together. And a lot of people who are claiming to be good men don't have all of that. And another thing that Earth was saying yesterday, he was saying how women like excitement. I was like, well, there are plenty of ways to excite a woman. Like I don't know if y'all remember me saying last night. I was like, take her zip lining, kayaking. Those things can get your adrenaline pumping just as much as being shot at. You know, black people can't swim out here. Take a kayaking. You flip over canoeing or something. you kayaking, you flip over in that water. You flip over in that water. If the boat lands back on where it's supposed to be, but for a few minutes you ain't breathing and you ain't liking it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, TK right says, you know that you are good for someone else when you breathe life into them. I would go for that. Shirley Show says, just like when some women want to marry a prince and some men want to marry a princess. I don't know, Shirley Show. To me, that sounds very like, what do those things mean? Like, if I love you, you are a princess to me. I don't know nothing about royalty, so I don't know. I can't relate. Shirley Shore says, yes, a Jamaican man put a gun to my hand because my cousin robbed him. I have many stories on that. They bombed my aunt's house and I was hiding in the basement. I had a lot of close calls. Did that make you want a thug? First of all, I'm so sorry that you have had to experience those things happening to you, because that sounds crazy. What could be worse than being treated like a Bonnie and Clyde when you ain't a Bonnie or a Clyde? I ain't no Clyde. I ain't no Bonnie. Why I gotta go through with Bonnie and Clyde bringing that trouble to my house? They bringing that drama to my door. Bonnie and Clyde, the problem. I ain't trying to hook up with no Bonnie or Clyde. Shirley Cheryl says, I was only mad at myself for letting me get in these situations. Well, some I couldn't help. Shirley Cheryl says, yes, I heard that, Omar. You right. I'm just saying, like, I'm mad at them. You ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Here you are, 9 to 5 person, and you being put in positions that the street and hood niggas is. Nah, not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Because if you are in that position, then your kids are in that position, whether they are there or not, because you stand a chance of losing your life, then who's going to take care of your kids? Unfortunately, you might get hit, and the people who brought the heat to your door didn't get hit, and now your kids are in the care of the motherfuckers that are bringing the heat to your door. Come on, man. Come on, stop it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's move on, because a lot of women think that men be wanting, I don't even want to say a bad bitch, because a bad bitch is anybody you fucking think is that. Anybody you think is, any woman that you think is really pretty and probably a little bit out of your league, that's a bad bitch to you. So she doesn't necessarily have to have a weave down to her back, a BBL on her ass, some implants in her titties. She doesn't necessarily have to have all of that, or be with those people who get those extensions would like to be. She could be any woman that you desire, that has the energy and the swag of attraction that you don't think, or that you think that you might have to work hard in order to get and to keep. That's a bad bitch. But the quintessential hood definition of a bad bitch is somebody who popping gum and popping shit at the same time. Fuck these niggas. You know, we out here getting money. I don't fuck with nothing but boss niggas. I don't fuck with nothing but boss niggas. I don't fuck with nothing but boss niggas. I need to watch I gotta watch my mouth and watch my content on YouTube these days. Do you know they flagged the video the other day about justice for secondhand smoke? If y'all get a chance, go back and listen to that show. The show where we are talking about people who are victimized from people who smoke around them, people who get sick from people who smoke around them. That's the show that they flagged. Please pay attention. They flagged that show. They flagged that show. Yeah, TK, right? It's crazy that show. They flagged that show. I appealed it. It went under review, and they said after review, yeah, that show is not suitable for advertisers or advertisers. You can continue to get YouTube premium revenue, which is like nothing. But yeah, advertisers ain't touching that one. Justice for secondhand smoke. A pure example of how you think that you're doing, how you can think that you're doing the right thing, but the money machine thinks not. So I can talk all of this shit about thugs and bitches and niggas and even use those kind of words. They like, nah, that's cool. But when I start talking about your health and the conspiracy to take your money while diminishing your health and keep it. What y'all think? I know I don't think that's good. All right. Shirley Shore says, actually, most of that happened before I had children. God bless that. Shirley Shore. Okay. She says, some men and women let people outside their relationship turn on each other. Oh, you mean turn them on each other? Yeah. But what about when the turning on each other lasts from one relationship to another relationship, and even when you're not in a relationship? What about the circumstances that have you permanently feeling like, yeah, I mean, none of them bitches ain't shit. Or these bitches out here, they don't care about no man. They don't care about a nigga. These bitches ain't loyal. They ain't loyal. They ain't loyal. You know, what's it like, or what has to happen to put you in that position where you hold on to that position? Where you hold on to that position like, no, this is the way it's gonna be. This is the way it's gonna be for a minute. What about then? What about then? What about then? What we talking about, y'all? It is the daily, go get a mism show. Some reasons that men and women go against each other. I'm going to tell you. Some of the reasons that I think that women go against men is because they are continually and consistently disappointed by men, but they consistently have expectations of people who can't fulfill those expectations. I cannot get a Whopper at McDonald's, and I can't get a Frosty at Burger King, and I can't get a Whopper at Wendy's, and I can't get waffle fries at Burger. You understand what I'm saying? You have to aim in the direction that you want to hit a target. And I don't think that we're doing that. I don't think that many of us even know where the target is. I don't think that we understand. Well, let me communicate with y'all a little bit better. Because sometimes when I get a little too metaphorical and when I get a little too philosophical, sometimes, let me just put it this way, sometimes I have to tell it straight up or say it straight up. These chicks out here be thinking that they're going to find a gentle, kind, and law-abiding man in bars, in clubs, and sometimes on the corner or in jail. Let me tell y'all something. And listen, no disrespect to my brothers on lockdown, because I hope y'all come home soon. But jail is not a rehab. I'm going to say it again. Jail is not a rehab. So all these women out here wishing on a star that when a man comes home, he's going to be rehabilitated, that he's going to be reformed, that he's going to be restructured, that he's going to be under new management. You are fooling yourself. Sure, some men come home and they have made the decision that they're going to stay home. But a lot of them have made the decision that they don't mind going back. And they will gladly go back if things don't work out the way that they planned them when they come out. So all of these chicks out here thinking that when Rashawn come home, he gonna do all of that shit that he said he was gonna do when he come home. Like Rashawn been in school getting a degree when he was in jail. I know that's what you told the kids, but that ain't what's been happening. Like Rashawn was at a job making all of this money, and then he's coming home to share the fruits of his labor with his family. That ain't where Rashawn been for the past 5 years. 7 years. 10 years. Rashawn been in hell. Rashawn been in a mosh pit for 10 years. So some of those cats have learned a lesson, but jail is not a rehabilitation center. A lot of cats go to jail addicted to drugs, and they come home addicted to drugs. A lot of men go into jail straight criminal minded, and they come home straight criminal minded. They went in reckless, they came home reckless. Plenty of them. And many of them go in there and they learn new tricks. They done had new trainers. So you got to shop at the right stores for the right shit. I ain't saying that when you go to church, you're going to find a good man or whatever. But if you're looking for a God-fearing man, then I would think that church is the place to go. You might not find a good man, but you're going to find yourself a God-fearing man. Now, God-fearing man don't mean a faithful man. Not the same shit. It's not the same shit. The reason I'm smiling and getting ready to laugh is because anybody who still has cable, anybody who still pays for cable TV knows that cable has a bunch of different packages. So in order for you to get the channels that you want, you gotta buy certain packages. And if you want all of these different channels, you gotta buy all of these different packages, and it's gonna make your bill high as shit. When before it used to be like everything that wasn't HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, Stars, and the movie channel and all that shit. Everything that wasn't that was basic cable. Remember those days? No, nowadays they're packages. So when you go to church, if you're looking for a good man and a God-fearing man, you got to buy that package. And you got to look for that package. You got to know if that package is available. Same way with you, brother. If you want a God-fearing woman and you also want a virtuous woman, you got to make sure that she comes in that package. Because you think you going to church and God is going to provide all those packages. Well, God is separating packages. He might not be selling packages in that church, but there are packages that are available, and maybe your tithes might cover it, and they might not. You might not have told pastor. You might not have told pastor that you was there to shop, because you were supposed to be there looking for your salvation. Your tithes might not have covered that either, black man. All right. Anyway, Shirley Cheryl says that's when someone let someone else hurt them really bad. You get hurt because of your expectations. That's how you get hurt. Your expectations are low. Your ability to be hurt is low too. When your expectations are low, your ability to be hurt decreases. But when you have all these crazy expectations, now because you've been continually let down, now you on that niggas ain't shit type vibe. And you still believe that you're a good woman, and you still believe that you're a good man. Well, if you so good, how come you ain't wielding no good results? Huh? If you so good. Shit. Just because you work, pay your bills, don't make you no good man. You gotta sell your woman what she's shopping for. You gotta be the store that she come to shop at. Listen, man, I'm gonna give it to you straight. You know your woman likes a nigga who sings. Sing to a nigga. You ain't blown one note, and you know she likes singing niggas. Yet you telling her that you a good man. Well, you ain't good for her. I'm sorry. But we appreciate the fact that you paid your light bill on time. Thanks for your payment. But your woman wants a nigga who sings. Your woman wants a nigga who tells jokes. You don't tell jokes and you don't sing. That's not the woman for you, dog. Now she might be wrong for wanting a nigga for wanting a nigga who sings and tells jokes. But that's what she wants. And that ain't what you doing. So how y'all gonna fit these Legos together? They ain't gonna go. Legos and fiddlesticks don't go together, or pixie sticks. They don't fit. They don't fit. You can hate it all you want. They don't fit. So yeah, you a good man, but you ain't good for her. She want a man who sings. La 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 la. That's what she wanted, and she told you that shit. You seen her. You took her to the Usher concert, and she tried to get on stage while you was right there in the crowd. You paid for the ticket, nigga. Same thing with these chicks. I don't know. I'm a good woman. I take care of my kids. I cook. I take care of my man. Blah blah blah. How you sure you take care of your man? Says who? Says who? Did he tell you that? You gave him some shit, but did you give him what he asked for? I mean, real shit. Did you give him what he asked for? Did you give him what he was looking for? Now, I don't think it's right to string somebody along that you don't really like. But it can happen. It can happen. Now, I don't want to excuse that. What's going on, Manifest Reality? And Mia Cunningham. What's going on? Thanks for coming through, y'all. Oh, sorry. We're going to be out of here in a few minutes. We can't go no longer than 9 o'clock. We can't go a minute longer. So we about to wrap it up in a minute. Sorry. Mia says a lot of healing has to take place. She also says, only time people change is when they are willing to change and that they are willing to do the work necessary. I don't even think that's when they change. I think the only time people change is when they don't have the opportunity to stay the same. When the things that you've been doing and the things that have been working for you finally stop working for you, that's when you'll change. You ain't gonna change for nobody. You're gonna find a way to make the way that you do things keep working for them or against them or for yourself. You'll change when the shit that used to work for you all the time stops working. You know, like that appliance, that kitchen appliance that you've been using that wasn't really working right. You know, like, let's say you got a blender and the blender won't work unless you have that top on it. And the top broke. But you found a way to nigger rig the top so the blender would still work. So while the blender is blending, you can't walk away. You had to keep your hand on it. And it kept working, right? So, well past the time when you should have just went and got a new top or went and got a new blender, you kept making it work. You kept making it work. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Yeah, it's not working the way you wanted it to work, but it kept working. So you kept finding ways to make it work. There was a short in the cord. So you had to put your hand on the blender and make sure that the cord didn't burn out. Instead of going to go get a new blender, you kept your hand on top with the top that was broke and was working that cord. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Then one day, you couldn't make the cord work. You couldn't make the top work. You couldn't make the thing work. You may have even decided to change the cord on the thing, and it still wouldn't work. Now you realize that the motor is broke on it. Ain't no use in trying to get the motor fixed in a motorized appliance. You had to go buy a new appliance. Well, that's the same thing that we tend to do with our expectations of people. They ain't changing until they don't have a choice. The same way you didn't go buy a new blender until you were satisfied that one didn't work at all any fucking more. You might have done that with your blender. You might have done that with your Foreman grill. You might have done that with your stove. You might have done that with your refrigerator. Some of y'all thinking right now, like, I do need a new refrigerator. Yeah, my stove is fucked up. I ain't used my oven in 5 years. And only 3 eyes on the stove work. Damn you, Omar. People change when their ways that they have been before don't work any goddamn more. That's when they change, when they can't stay the same. So if you're a liar and you finally find that the lies that you tell, no one will believe, no one will give you a pass, no one will do what you say, no one will let you get by with your lies. That's the only time when you will try out the truth. Until then, you'll find somebody else to lie to. You'll tell a half truth. But you ain't gonna stop lying until your lies stop working. That's when motherfuckers change. And here you are calling yourself the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the wife or the wifey or the hubby or the husband or the main dude or the main chick or the this that significant other. Yeah, we together. That's my big mom. That's my big dad. That's yeah. Fuck all that. Nobody gonna change for you until they feel like it's beneficial for themselves. So you want to wait on that? Just understand you're gonna be waiting on that. I ain't trying dish. I'm just giving it to you how I seen it. And that's not even to say that you can't make a person change, because I honestly believe that you can. I've made plenty of people change. If nothing else, I changed the way that I let you deal with me. Yeah, you might wear your hair the same. You know what I mean? You might go to the same places, but when you want something from me, you only gonna get it if I say so. So you gonna change that. I don't like the way you speak to me in that tone. So guess what? You're not going to get anything from me until you change your fucking tone. Yeah, I can make you change. And if I can make you change in that little bit of way, I can make you change in other ways too. But I got to be patient. I got to be patient and determined. Yeah, I can make people change. I can force people to change. Mia, you work in a prison. You see people being forced to change every single day. Yet we think out here in the free world, we can't make people change. Oh, yes, we can. But you got to be patient. You got to be determined. And you have to know what kind of change you're looking for. Because a lot of times we think we want change. And we really don't. We don't want change, total change. We want adjustment. Just get me to a comfortable place, please. Can you do that? Did I do that? We gotta get on up out of here, man. We about to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. I said number one out the box, my girl Juanita DeBose. He used to live across the street from my mama, turning 56 years old today. And Clyde McIntyre. And he is related to me, my cuz. What up, cuz? Turning 75 years old today. And last but not least, my girl Pam Williams. Happy birthday to you. I met Pam in 1989, Penn State. Nothing greater than a Penn State. I think she's like a lawyer or something right now. Anyway, I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out here enjoying this, that was born on this glorious July 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Hold up, wait a minute. You know what? When I saw Clyde McIntyre, when I saw my cousin's name, you know how for years I've told y'all not to hold on to the day, the last day of someone's life that you have known. In other words, I've told y'all not to celebrate or to acknowledge anybody's death day, like the day that they left this world for you in the physical. Don't acknowledge that shit. And I just realized that the other day, which would have been Tuesday, it's been 2 years since my dad died. And I'm glad that I followed my own fucking advice. Because Tuesday, I totally was not thinking about that. That wasn't on my mind. And even though I'm talking about it now, I'm glad I'm able to follow my own advice. Because for me, that makes me real. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I miss my dad, I miss him every day. So it's not going to be any more intense when the day that he left me comes up. And I would encourage y'all to get rid of that death day thinking. Because you can't grieve like that year after year after year after year and be all right. You're not going to be all right. Because that day, before that day comes up, all that anxiety is coming up and all of that kind of shit. One thing is for sure, they're not going to die again on that day. It's done. Be done with it. Don't be done with their memory. Hold on to that, but hold on to when they were here, not when they were gone. That's all I had to say about that. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen. Yo, men and women going against each other. No, y'all need to go with each other. We go together like shama lama lama, shiggity boom de boom. We'll always be like one. Oh yeah, we'll always be together. We'll always be together. We'll always be together. Come on, my Grease fan. Ooh, 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 ooh. Always be together. Always be together. Look, the black man and the black woman can't do shit separate of each other. Y'all need each other bad as hell. Nobody is ever going to look out for y'all the way that y'all look out for each other. Nobody is ever going to be there for y'all the way that y'all have been there for each other. So y'all can fuss and fight and argue and go against each other and talk about how each other ain't shit and how y'all ain't doing this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to tell y'all one more thing. For all of y'all switch side ass niggas. Y'all interracial dating ass niggas. Let me tell y'all something. The white man and the white woman will definitely do some things for you, but they will only do for you with the condition that you can't do for your brothers and your sisters. Let me put it this way. Black men who deal with white women is on the condition that you ain't going to deal with black women no more. Y'all check the stats and y'all get back to me for a dispute. Same thing with with black women who mess with white men. That's where you gonna be. Yeah, he'll take care of you under the condition that you ain't taking care of your black man no more. There's more to this. I do have to go. I'm going. Shit, I say. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I'm going to holler back at y'all niggas. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to holler back at y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because, all right. So, Blog Talk, we going to get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers.